I'm back. Welcome back, guys. Okay, so I wanted to throw a quick one together here. Last Saturday night on chat, it's supposed to be a short chat, but it lasted longer than I could. But one of our community was having issues with 45 ACP. He was having it still baffles me how he could run it through his cases through a sizing die and it'd grow. So I thought, well, let's throw together some 45 ACP and let's see what happens. I've got some 230 grain. These are from a Lee 452 230 truncated cone um, mold, and then I've got some. These are for a tumble lube. Lee, yeah, 230 grain. Anyway, sorry, lost my train of thought. Jumped the tracks, and I just got some miscellaneous head stamp 45 that I was going through. This is pro grade. I've never heard of pro grade, but somehow or the other, I come up with a bunch of cases, and as you see, I've already started on some of these. Um, I'm not doing a full brass prep. These primer pockets came out looking pretty good, and I'm not going to even worry about going hog wild on them. I just wanted to do a quick and dirty video. And look at this. How many of you have seen some of this old stuff? This is Winchester ball powder. It's 540. I've had this sitting in my ammo locker for a long time, and I thought, let's use this up. There's about a half a pound of it, and with these shortages and things that everybody's going through, I didn't want to use my most popular powders because I'm trying to save that, as you all understand. And look at this, primers. Okay, so these are some Cellier and Balot that I'd gotten quite a while ago, S&Bs. And these have been really good primers. Anybody remember getting a box of or brick of 1,000 for $19? That's what I'd gotten those for. And I didn't want to use any of my more expensive CCI primers. I'm kind of, as you know, saving that. But one thing I can say is supplies are slowly coming back. I've recently seen a lot of powders that are coming, and the other day I got me a box of 45 Colt Starline brass. Hey, when's the last time you guys could find Starline brass? So anytime I can get supplies, I'm grabbing them. So that's why I got this box here. Also, you can look 45 Colt, 45 ACP. Funny. But anyway, so I'm going to run through these really quick. I've got some measurements and stuff I'm going to do. And we'll see what we come up with. Let me turn my Harbor Freight calipers on here. I've had these for probably about 4 or 5 years. They work. One thing I wanted to say is the head spacing, or the rim on these, about 473. These coming out about about 473. I don't know if you can see that. The 45 ACP are basically the same diameter as your 308s, 30-06, 243. These coming out here right around 471, but they're supposed to be 473. Take it for what you will. And these are fired. The rest of these I've already run through my sizer, and I'll show. But these are coming out about 471, 472, somewhere around there. These haven't been sized yet, so they're not perfectly round. And these are before sizing. These are after sizing. They come out about 470 or 468, excuse me, 469, somewhere around there, 468. try another one. Let's see where that comes out. Yeah, about 468. This individual that was having issues, um, he would run them through a sizing die. They'd expand. I don't know how you can expand um, your case sizes. This is my sizing die. I've got, if you ever notice, I've got all of my dies are color coded so that I can find the correct shell holder and the sizing die. But there's nothing inside of here that will cause a case to expand. Regardless of what firearm they came out of, when you run them through your sizing die, they will all be uniform in the same size. So let me run this back in here. Okay. Nice thing about a turret, I can change turrets and I can have the right dies for whatever I want. So we saw this was about 471 before I ran it through. Yeah, 471.5. They're not going to be, well, that's 475, 472. So I'll run this through the sizing die. This is a universal decapping pin. I'll show you that in a minute here too. But since I've got to size them, I just eliminate the universal sizing die. Okay. Now it goes from 471 down to 468. So that's what it should be. And that one's ready to go. And I'll show you through the universal decapping die. All that's going to do is just pop that, and it's still going to be probably about 471. Yeah, 474, 472, somewhere in there. It doesn't do anything to size the case. All it's doing is popping out the primers. If these primer pockets had been dirty, then I would pop them out with the universal decapping die. And then I would throw them in my tumbler, my wet tumbler, and get all those primer pockets up clean. And then I would run them through my sizing die. So these are fairly clean brass. I didn't see any reason to run those through the cleaner. Now I just size this. This is a carbide die, by the way, so I don't have to use any lube. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. 45s, they run through so easy. Okay, now there we go. 468 from 471. So I really don't understand that. So I'm going to I'm going to prime all of these. I've got some already started. I'll prime the rest of these, and I'll get back and I'll show you this. I mean, look how ragged this can looks, right? But inside, the powder is fine. That's a nice thing about these old metal cans here. Yeah, smells good. These old metal cans, they keep your powder really, really good for a long time. I don't know, this is one of the plastic that you get out of the new ones. This one's obviously empty. I'm saving it because I may be doing something with somebody here soon, and I needed to keep some keep some powder containers. And as I empty them out, I'm cleaning them and stuff, and then I can put some other powders in, as I did with some Shooter's World powder that a friend gave me. Thanks, Idaho. But anyway, let me get these all primed up, and I'll come back and I'll show you the flaring, and this is my flaring die here. And it's powder through flaring die, so yeah, I keep a old used dryer sheet inside just to keep the static down and keep it cleaned out, and I can just throw it in through there. So let me get back to you in a minute. The intent is not to show you how to build ammo. Run these through the flaring die. It'll give a slight flare on the mouth, and I'm using my Hornady auto powder measure. People talk about, oh, my powder dropper cuts powder on this, it leaks powder on that, and things. And I don't know, I don't have that problem with this, but Okay, so I flared this. I dispensed my powder through it. Um, the minimum overall length using 540 is 1.190. Maximum overall length 1.275. These are somewhat of a bevel base, so you don't really need as much flare as possible because they will sit inside the case fairly well. And I don't have as much flare as what some people would use. I'm not trying to build bugles, so I just wanted to get started. I've got my seating die already set. I'm trying to go for around 1.270. Give the plenty of expansion in the case for powder. And these are only filling up about halfway with this 540 powder, but I don't want too long, then you have feeding problems. Although with the truncated cone, that's pretty much eliminated. They'll feed just about in any semi-automatic 45 ACP. But I run that through there. It's down here. Let me check my length. Yeah, 1268 or 1.268. So, you know, I mean, that's 2 thousandths off. You're building handgun ammunition. You're not building match ammunition. If you're building match ammunition, you can go through some other steps. This is a full length crimp die, and I have this set. If you check it beforehand, you can snag your fingernail in there pretty good. And I'm going with just enough crimp to where it removes that, and that's fairly smooth right there. Not a whole lot of crimp. I doubt you can see that. I don't need a lot of crimp with 45 ACP. It's not like a 357 or 44 Magnum or 454 Casull, whatever, where you're getting a lot of recoil. These bullets will sit. You can pound them all day long. They're not going to go in. So just wanted to show that. But they're just all part of it. I'm going to finish loading these up. But my scale might have drifted. I don't know. I'll run one more up through here. Zero that. Bring this around to the flaring die, or the powder through flaring die. This only takes a second to dispense 7.5 grains. Maximum 7.6. I try to keep my 45 ACP running around 850 feet per second, and maximum on this bring it out about 860 according to the Lee load data that came with the die right there. And also, if you have trouble, read the instructions. It'll tell you how to do all this. And this had the 540 powder data on it. A lot of the new books, manuals, and stuff don't even list 540. I don't know if you can see this or not. This case is about half filled, which gives me plenty of room for expansion, but without being too compact to overpressure. And you see that just sits in there nice and easy. Run that down. You're not crunching things. And then post crimp. And let's see where I'm at. I said 1.270. This is 1.2695. Close enough. Like I say, you're building handgun ammunition. You're not building rockets. So I'm going to go with that. I could increase my flare a little bit if I want, but I really don't want. Just loosen this up, screw this in. Let me get that off of there. And geez, I could make these flare out enough to make it look like a bugle. I'm not trying to build bugles. I'm just trying to get the bullet to go inside the case without overworking it. Now this one has a little bit more flare than the other one did. Just a little bit of a turn. And if I was seating flat bullets, then yeah, I'd probably want a little bit more flare, but these are bevel base, so I really don't need it. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm building more 45 ACP ammo. I really don't need it. I mean, geez, I've got literally thousands and thousands of rounds of 45 ACP, and these are some 230 grain truncated cone, like what I'm loading right here. I've powder coated them different colors. They're all the same load, basically, with tight group. And then I've got some round nose here. These are 200 grain round nose. These are not powder coated. They're tumble lubed. I did these back in 2019. Always write your dates on here. And then these are my self-defense ammo. These are 185 grain. These are pretty hot. That's a Sierra 185 grain jacketed hollow point. I love those. If I could find more, I'd get them, and I keep my eyes out. I've got some 185 grain Berries bullets coming. They're the same length as these 230 grain, but they're a hollow base, so you can get those down to 185 grain. So they've got the same profile as 230, but they're light as 185, so you can get them running a little bit faster. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be off camera here. I'm gonna let it go at that. I'm gonna call it a day. And if the weather ever improves, I'm gonna try and get out and shoot. Yesterday was 70 degrees when I got home, and I thought, wow, I should get out there and shoot, but I was just completely wiped out. It was another 7-day week. And so, I mean, after that, the old guy like me, we got to rest a little bit. So I didn't get out yesterday to shoot, and it was kind of late in the day. And I've got a sick dog, and I had to take care of him a little bit. And yeah, I'm making a bucket of excuses, I know. But I didn't make it out yesterday. There's just too many conflicting things, and I was tired. And so I thought, okay, I'll go out today. And then I checked the weather report. It went from 70 degrees yesterday to, I think right now it's 42 degrees. And this morning it was trying to snow. So, yeah, Utah, if you don't like what the weather's doing right now, just wait a few minutes. It'll change. And it did. March is really a bad month for us. It can go, as I just explained, from 70 one day to 30 the next day, and there's just no rhyme or reason. So shooting right now is a little difficult. I have to drive 4 miles on a dirt road to get to my shooting area, and this time of the year, when the snow melts, everything turns into a gumbo mud. And so I always try and check these and make sure that it's not going to hang up on anything with that lip. But I don't want such a heavy crimp but I'm going to build a lot of pressure. So, light crimp on 45 is all you need. 45 ACP. Even on my 45 Colts, I don't put much of a crimp on there. Don't need it. You overwork your brass if you put too much crimp in there. You overwork your brass if you put too much of a flare on there. Some of my 45 ACP brass is 25 years old. Lord only knows how many times it's been reloaded. Still going strong. Still good stuff. So if you take care of your brass, don't overwork it, you can get a lot of years out of it. And every one of these that I'm bringing off, I'm making sure I don't get any split necks or anything, and make sure that I've got a decent crimp. So good luck, everybody. And I really hope that we find a solution for our friend Pat and his dilemma about why his brass grows when he goes through a sizing die. I seriously think, and he was thinking too, that maybe it was his calipers. He said he threw some calipers away, and I really don't understand why he throw calipers away. This is my second pair of Harbor Freight calipers. I use my oldest ones. These are 2005, so 16 years old. They still work good. Still come on when I do it. And but I'm using these. The battery's low. It's blinking. I use these as my head space comparator for my rifle rounds. I just leave it set up, and then my other pair I just leave out here on the bench, even though I got a case for it and everything that'll go in. But I just leave them out here on the bench for quick and fast measurements. So anyway, folks, sorry this ran a little longer than I wanted to, but have a great day. And I'm going to try and make videos when I can. I've been working a lot of 7 and 8 day weeks. I get one day off, and it's just really hard to get everything done that I want to do on my day off. And hopefully we'll get some balance here pretty soon. Thanks, folks. Have a great one.